Hello dear students, let's study physics now, and we have many chapters in that. We'll study the first chapter, measurement. Okay, so in our daily lives we measure many things. Okay, for example, when we want to buy a shirt, we go to a store and we ask for material, and we ask that, say, give me 1 meter or 1.5 meters of cloth. Okay, when we go for buying, say, vegetables, we say please give me 1 kilo of rice or 1 kilo of brinjal, and so on. Time we measure in seconds. So in a life we measure many things. Okay, measurement is one of the basic things in science. Okay, so everywhere we do measurements. So let's see what is the measurement. Okay, so to understand that, let me take a scale. Okay, this is a small scale, and then I have a pencil. Okay, so I must compare how much length is the pencil. Okay, how much big is the pencil. So this is an old pencil only, so I'll keep it here like this way on zero edge, and then I'll see here. Okay, you can see it's around 13 centimeters. Okay, exactly we see it's around 12.7 or 12.8. Okay, so in this way what we did is we compared two things. The pencil is unknown length, pencil has unknown length, the scale is a known length. So we comparing unknown things with the known things of the same kind. That means we compare length here only. So we compare the known and unknown quantity of the same kind. That is called as measurement. Okay, so let me write that down. Now I have written that for you. So what's measurement? Comparison of a known quantity with an unknown quantity of the same kind. So length and length we can measure. You cannot compare length and mass. For example, we cannot measure the length of the, say, the pen and with the 5 kg mass. Okay, so they should be of same type, the same kind. One more way of defining is, it is also defined as the determination of the size or magnitude of a quantity. That means we see how big it is, how big something is, or how small something is. Okay, or how heavy something is. Okay, what's the time. So these things are called as, the comparison is called as measurement. Next, let's learn about physical quantities. Okay, what is a physical quantity? So let's see the meaning of this. What is the meaning of physical quantity? Let me draw a line there. The first topic, that was an introduction only first. Okay, what's the measurement? Let's see what's a physical quantity. So anything which we can measure is called as a physical quantity. We can measure length, we can measure mass, we can measure time, temperature, you can measure. Okay, but can you measure any feelings? We cannot measure the feelings. Okay, how happy we are, how sad we are, those are not physical quantities. So anything which we can measure is called as a physical quantity. So there are two kinds, fundamental and derived quantities. Okay, so physical quantities are of two kinds, fundamental and derived. Let me write that down. Fundamental quantities, and then we also have derived quantities. Fundamental and derived quantities. Okay, so let's see what's the definition of fundamental quantities. Okay, so quantities which cannot be expressed in terms of any other physical quantities are called as fundamental quantities. I'll write that for you. So this is, I'll say first what is the meaning of that. So fundamental means basic things. Okay, for example, length is a basic thing. Okay, mass is a basic thing, time is a basic thing. Okay, we'll see one by one. Okay, let me write that first for you. Now I'll read for you. So quantities which cannot be expressed in terms of any other physical quantities are called as fundamental quantities. Example, length, mass, time, temperature. Okay, length, say the length of the pen, we can't say length is 5 kg, or we can't length is 50 km per hour. Okay, length is just in meters only. Okay, in this case we can measure it small, we can say centimeters. Mass, kilogram. Then time, temperature, these are basic things. Okay, so let's see some examples for that first, then we'll go to next one. So to measure length, okay, we can use a scale. Okay, so I have a scale here. So using a scale you can measure length, or else you can use a tape there. You can see for a tailor use this kind of tape to measure the length. Okay, then for mass, Okay, see, I bought a toothpaste here, say Pepsodent toothpaste. You can see, if you notice that, let's bring it close by. Here it's written here grams. Okay, it's not focused clearly. It's now, so it's 58 grams. Okay, so it's small one, 58 grams. So this is a mass. Okay, mass of an object. Then time. Yes, for time I have taken a clock. You can see the seconds and moves. So time we measure in seconds. Okay, so those things are basic things, we can't say in any other factors, so they are fundamental quantities. Now let us see what are meant by derived quantities. So now let's see what's meant by derived quantities. Quantities which are expressed in terms of fundamental quantities are called as derived quantities. For example, area, volume, density. So what's meant by area? Let's take area of a square. Okay, square or rectangle. So I have drawn a rectangle here. So this will be the length and this is the breadth. So area is equal to length into breadth. Okay, so breadth is also kind of length only. Okay, so we can say for formula for area will be area is equal to length into breadth. Okay, so breadth is kind of length, so basic is length only. You can see that from length only we get the area. So these are coming from, or these are derived from fundamental quantities, so they are called as derived quantities. One more thing to state about physical quantities. All physical quantities have a numerical value. That means number, numerical value it has. Let me write it properly. Numerical value, and it has also has a measurement. Okay, let's see that now. So what's numerical value? Say number. You go to a store, you buy rice here, say 3 kgs, and then you say kg, so 3 kilograms. So this is a number, numerical value, and this is a measurement. Okay, so all physical quantities will have a numerical value and a measurement.